led by the Vice-Chancellor of this great university, Professor Ago-Iwoye. Welcoming the principal officers of this great university. They've been led by VICE-Chancellor, Professor Ago-Iwoye. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now it is time for us to recite the national anthem, the state anthem, and of course the whole EU anthem. Thank you very much. State anthem. OU anthem.
University, we are the pride of our father's land. Airmen of character and great knowledge are produced. We blaze a trail in a mother's land. Excellentia, humana entertainers, not only for us, but also people around the world. We shine the light of the knowledge gained. Oh, you grace, oh, you grace, final state and shining on the earth. We are the way of today.
Great Oswald! Great! Greatest of the greatest OUI. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, greatest white.
Thank you very much. presentation from the man of this great university, Olabisi University. And that was the launching of the Ago-Iwoye International. Can we put our hands together? Vice-Chancellor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure now once again to formally welcome to this program that is start, of course, the 40th foundation anniversary of Olabisi University, formerly of the State University. Can we put our hands together? Vice-Chancellor, distinguished college provost and present, other members of the University Senate, directors, deputy registrar, and other units of this great university, distinguished host-wives, distinguished host-wives, distinguished host-wives, distinguished host-wives. Thank you very much. I think if anything, today, something that is very obvious to us today is the satisfaction of what we call local content. Local content has together because we have the profession of the Vice-Chancellor committee, self-sustenance is one of the critical factors in determining what to do success in life. Olabisi University started with this man came from the president of the PARLEY, Chancellor of the University, and of course other places of the University. But today, it is my pleasure, or a great pleasure of mine, to tell you that the distinguished personality that is seen at the table of this today are products of this great university. To say that may not be enough, but as time goes on, the speech that will be coming from each and every one of them will of course corroborate my own position. Is he among the committee of those and things we have in here? Deputy registrars, directors of unit, and of course the will know the appellation of evidence for us that local content, if anything, is something to welcome in our celebration of Ago-Iwoye. Can we come back together? Once again, it's our Vice-Chancellor, Professor Ago-Iwoye Johnson Agboola. It is of course, right hand side, it's another distinguished alumnus of this great university, Professor Olatutu Abosede Odereke. Next, distinguished Deputy Chancellor Administration, distinguished alumnus of this great university, Professor Charles Olufemi Adekoya. Of course, another physically present, registrar, secretary to council of this great university. Another distinguished alumnus of this great university, Mr. Femi Omomo. Because of saying right is the Librarian, a distinguished alumnus of Olabisi University, the first university librarian with a PhD, Dr. Ago-Iwoye. The SC right is the university daughter, Mr. Sebiu Makinde, SC. Thank you very much. Because Mr. Vice-Chancellor, having done that, it's now time for me to set the scene for the anniversary outline. Thank you very much. To handle the next item is the Deputy Vice-Chancellor administration, legal luminary. Note, he is Professor Charles Olufemi Adekoya. Thank you very much. I will put our hands together for you.
The Vice-Chancellor of a great university, the principals, officers, here present, provost and deans of the university, professors, HODs, distinguished university senate, distinguished invited guests, distinguished students, gentlemen of the press, and sorry to distinguish pioneer set. To the glory of God, we are very happy to celebrate our 40th anniversary of this great institution, which I am proud to be an alumnus of 89 set. I must say that the university has set various programs for this 40th anniversary of our great university. In the Vice-Chancellor's address contains some of these programs, but I'm just going to give the highlight of the 40th anniversary program that we have set aside. We are starting with phase 1 of the program right now, which is the Vice-Chancellor's media PARLEY. We have great men of the press. They are here seated. There, of course, you can see that except for the address of the university is already out with refreshment. And then, when we have this media panel, the Vice-Chancellor, we also have the opportunity to be interviewed at the red carpet. Because the color of the university is blue carpet at the ground floor. Thank you. So then, after this media panel of today, interview, we are going to have the special mass service at the Ago-Iwoye Central Mosque, which is coming up this Friday, 3rd February 2023, at 1 o'clock. Then this will also be followed by the special Thanksgiving service at St. Peter's Church, Ake in Abeokuta. It's coming up on the 5th at 10 a.m. We also have the second phase of the program, which is coming up in March this year, 2023, starting with the town and gown activity. This is going to come up on 28th March to 31st March 2023. You know, the breakdown of these activities will be informed by the registrar of the university, as this thing will be dished out from time to time. But the purpose of this is to ensure that the town also have part in the 40th anniversary programs of universities, because the several host communities, we want them to be part and feel the 40th anniversary that this university has been assisting to the glory of God. Then we have the phase 3, which is coming up in April 2023, starting from 13th April to Saturday, 22 April. We have the students' week. This we're also going to have, we have the Students' Day. We have this OOU, we have talent hunt. A lot of interesting activities have been lined up to mark the Students' Week. And then we go to the first phase of the program, which is coming up in May. And then we have that on 25th May 2023, which is going to be the anniversary lecture. This anniversary lecture is going to be a great one, and we are proposing to bring Dr. Ago-Iwoye Adesina, the president of the African Development Bank, to come and give us this lecture for the 40th anniversary of the university. Then we have phase 5, which is coming up in June. In actual fact, we have 3 programs slated for June 2023, which is going to be the last phase of the 40th anniversary program. And then we start with 16th, which is Friday, 16th June, with the Alumni Day. the alumni day, we expect the alumni to come around. You know, we have a lot of activities for that day. And then in the evening, the alumni will be at the VICE-CHANCELLOR'S Lodge. You know, we already have a brand new VICE-CHANCELLOR''s Lodge here on this campus. Great one for that matter, that was put together for the university by Papa Ago-Iwoye, the CFR. So the alumni, they are going to be the first, you know, to have a cocktail with the Vice-Chancellor on that day. And I'm sure the Vice-Chancellor is ready for you with a lot of spicy things that day. And then we also have a program coming up on Wednesday, 21st June 2023, which is the commissioning of the Dr. Olusegun Law Resource Center. This Law Resource Center is at advanced stage. And then the donor is an alumnus of the faculty based in the United States of America. He's an attorney there. And then, you know, as part of giving back to the university and in particular to the faculty. So he gave the impression that this building has to be completed unfailingly by May or even before May so that he can read the commissioning. And then he has indicated to come around for the commissioning. So the commissioning is going to be done that day, to be fully ready. And we will encourage as many people as can be part of that day to come around. Then we now have the grand finale, which is coming up on Friday, 23rd June 2023, which we have the gala night. This is coming up in Lagos. And then there is going to be a fundraising also on that day. And then also those people that are doing the benefactors of the university will also raise that occasion. Our alumni, of course, we cannot exclude the alumni. They own the university, we own the university. So we, and you can see, the management team, you know, is dominated by the alumni, because if you have something, you don't let it to get spoiled, and that is why the university will continue to grow higher, because we have the alumni in charge. So on that day, we are going to have a fundraiser, and then it is expected that the Baba Obasanjo will speak to us on that day, apart from that distinguished people that will praise the occasion. And then there will also be award to people that have assisted the university in one way or the other, alumni that have distinguished themselves, and even staff that have distinguished themselves by way of service to the university. It's not going to be long service award, but we are going to have a exceptional service award. So that it's not by longevity that we are going to give award on that day, but by service. When you have distinguished yourself in service to the university, you are going to be awarded that day. So this is the highlight of the activity that will be marking the 40th anniversary of the university. So as I said earlier, the details of this program will be rolled out on a monthly basis as the program is approaching. Thank you very much, distinguished audience.
Thank you very much. I will put our hands again together for you. Because that's the lineup of the activities scheduled for our anniversary. Thank you very much. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, distinguished member of the audience, it's high time for me now to invite the Vice-Chancellor of this great university. Thank you very much. Distinguished audience, just been informed now that we would like to support the beautiful presentation of various buildings and other structures on this campus for you people to appreciate what has been going on in this university. Thank you very much. and today 40, from a rented apartment, and now living in a well comfortable environment. Thank you very much, Mr. Chancellor, distinguished member of the VICE committee, distinguished housewives, the great ancestors are here, great housewives, and the greatest housewives, gentlemen of the press. It's now time for me to hand over the mic to the headman of the State University, our own Chancellor, Professor Ayo-Iwoye Olayinka Johnson Agboola, to present the prayer for us today.
The principal officer of the university, provosts, deans, professors and presidents, heads of department, members of Senate, members of the university committee appointed, the pioneer sect of the university, students of this great university, gentlemen of the press, you are welcome to our 40th anniversary of this great university. We have titled this speech as OOU at 40, lightning the path of academic excellence, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. In doing this, we have divided our yesterday to be from inception of 1982/83 set down to 2012, and then our today between 2012 down to 2022, and our tomorrow starts with May 2022 hope. Now, yesterday, like I said, from inception to 2012, we all know that the university was actually established in July 1982 and commenced activities on 31st January 1983, where we opened the gates to the first set of 522 students across 4 faculties. Some of them are seated right here. The 4 faculties are Faculty of Art, Faculty of Social and Management Sciences, Faculty of Natural Sciences, that included, of course, my own faculty, College of Medicine, and that of Agricultural Science, and Faculty of Education. We agreed to use January 31st as our financial day because of the fact that it was the day that we opened the gates for the first set of students. Thus, we are celebrating and marking the 40th foundation anniversary of the university today. Just like every great university in the world, this university also has its own philosophy, vision, mission, core value and objectives that are very distinct. Our philosophy is to give useful learning to our students who will be encouraged to cultivate a worldview that facilitates not only the continuous pursuit of academic and moral excellence, but also developing their expertise and competence in reducing the quagmire of society disease, ignorance, and squalor, which is still very relevant up to today. Our vision shall be the center of academic excellence where knowledge, skills, and values will be pursued relentlessly to ensure the flowering of human abilities, service to the Nigerian nation and the world at large in the wider context of traditional wisdom and culture. While the mission of the university shall be to provide the best educational experience for our students and public through excellence in teaching, research, creative activities, and service to the state, society, and the world at large. Of course, we have done all this in the last 40 years. Our core values, in the context of shared vision and collective vision, coupled with the aspiration to assist Olabisi Onabanjo University to attain and remain at the cutting edge of research, learning, and higher education in Nigeria and in the international arena, the following values will guide the work performance during this planned period and beyond. 1. Commitment, competence, teamwork, and self-motivation. 2. Initiative, hard work, and sacrifices. Integrity and honesty shall be our watchword. Loyalty and sincerity of purpose. Excellent professional service. Our clients, such as students, government, and stakeholders, satisfaction and delight. Foolproof professional conduct, resourcefulness and initiatives, superior productivity, gender consciousness and sensitivity, transparency, accountability and due process, innovativeness and positive change, staff empowerment, and of course, good corporate governance. The objective of the university include the following. 1, to provide facilities for learning and to give instruction and training in such branches of knowledge as the university may desire to foster, and in doing so, to enable students to obtain the advantage of liberal education. 2, to promote by research and other means the advancement of knowledge and its practical application to social, political, cultural, economic, scientific, and technological problems. To also serve as a custodian, promoter, and propagator of the social and cultural heritage of Ogun State. To stimulate, particularly through teaching and research, the interest in and appreciation of African culture and heritage. To undertake any other activities appropriate to a university and such other things as are incidental or conducive to the attainment of the above objectives, and to serve as a major instrument for the implementation of the policies of the state on higher education. Our logo, which has been unveiled for you today, which I explain all the content of it one by one. The cycle stands for the first letter in the word Ogun, and the decorated circular form actually represents Opon Ifa, the trade used in Ifa divination, whose Odu, sacral phases, extrapolate several centuries of Yoruba thought and experiences. Thus, the trade stands for traditional wisdom, knowledge, and culture. The book there stands to relate meaningfully and effectively to traditional experience and culture in its service to Nigeria, Africa, and the world at large. While the rising sun on top of the books represents Ogun State University, now Olabisi Onoba University, throwing its golden rays of knowledge far and wide, as you can see in our anthem, to illuminate the darkness of ignorance, poverty, and disease. The blue navy lines below the sun represent splendid flow of Ogun River, from which the state actually derives its name from. The golden color represents the enlightenment of knowledge, and the blue navy color is not only the favorite color of Yoruba as extrapolated in their direct clothing, but it represents the coolness and calmness, which are important virtues in the Yoruba traditional concept of the good person of Omoluabi. The university motto is also very, very distinct. Excellentia Humana Spiritual Opus, meaning the flowering of human abilities and service to the fatherland. Of course, our university color is navy blue. The formative years that the pioneer actually went through, the university was planned by the founding fathers to be multi-campus and non-residential in nature, with every major division of the state, Remo, Ijebu, Yewa, and Egba, having a campus each. In this regard, there was the College of Medicine in Shagamu, the College of Agricultural Science in Ayetoro, the College of Engineering was to be in Ibogun, while Ago-Iwoye was to be the main campus housing the faculties of arts and humanities, as well as the faculty of natural sciences. However, with the coming to power of the military administration in December 1983, the then state military government reviewed the multi-campus system and decided that the university should run a uni-campus system, and therefore the campuses already existing in Ayetoro and in Kene were moved back to Ago-Iwoye. From our history, university produced its first set of graduates, numbering 285 in all, on the 17th September 1986, and held its very first convocation ceremony for these young graduates on Friday, 30th January 1987. Those first graduates that we call young at that time, they were all, some of them are retired today, and they are grandma and grandfathers. Today, the university has held nothing less than 31 convocation ceremonies, produced well over 265,000 graduates and postgraduates, while the students' population continues to increase. It is noteworthy that the university moved the central administration to its permanent site on the 14th September 1995 under the administration of the then Vice-Chancellor, late Professor Latuji Unisa Oyineye. May so rest in perfect peace. As a continuation of this highly rewarding movement exercise, the two faculties of Art and Social and Management Sciences, formerly operating in Ijebu Annex of the university, were also moved to the permanent site on Friday, July 3rd, 1998, so that you don't, just like they told me this morning, if we want to put powder, you can actually put it. Because that time you don't need powder. The dust will actually give you the powder. This giant stride of moving the university has since proved to be the catalyst to the physical growth and development of the university. As well, many Nigerians and public-spirited philanthropists were called upon to partner with the state for the progress of the university. Along the line, an Institute of Education was established to induce research activities in the Faculty of Education and cognate faculties. The Center for Sandwich Program was also established to increase access to education and, of course, generate more funds to the university. Recently, too, an Institute of Governance Studies, domiciled in the Department of Political Science, and the Open and Distant Learning Center were established with the approval of the National University Commission after successful resource visits. The OOU Business School is the latest on the list of similar developments in the university. It is also worthy of note that the government of Ogun State, under the leadership of Chief Olusegun Oshoba, changed the name of the university to Olabisi Onabanjo University on the 29th of May 2001 in honor of the first civilian governor of Ogun State and visitor to the university. Equally worthy of mention is that the government of Ogun State, under the leadership of His Excellency Otuba Gbega Daniel, reviewed the decision to abolish the multi-campus system and the non-residential status of the university to reinstate the vision of the founding fathers in 2004. At that time, the state started the construction of students' hostels, while the university began to make arrangements with private organizations and developers for the construction of both students' hostels and staff quarters at Ago-Iwoye on a build, operate, and transfer agreement basis. It is undisputable fact that no nation or institution can actually do better than its leadership. The impressive records of achievements of the university are attributable to the good leadership provided by the successive vice-chancellors, starting from our pioneer vice-chancellor, Professor Olubi Shodipo. In 1983 to 1991, Professor T.O. Bankole, 1991 to 1995, late Professor Ago-Iwoye, 1995 to 1998, our acting Vice Chancellor, Professor Layi Ogukoya, 1999 to 2001, Professor Afolabi Soyode, 2001 to 2006, Professor Odutola Oshilesi, 2006 to 2009, the acting Vice Chancellor, Professor Olusegun Shofola, 2009 to 2010. Of course, the first alumni and Vice Chancellor of this university, Professor Wale Areolaito, 2010 to 2012. Professor S.A. Adesanya, 2012 to 2017. And of course, my immediate boss and former Vice Chancellor, Professor G.O. Olatunde, 2017 to 2022. So with the support of their respective management team, they were able to move the university to the greater heights. University system. The visitor under our law provided that the governor of the state shall be the visitor of the university. The visitor shall, as often as circumstances may require, not be less than once in every 5 years, undertake a visitation of the university as directed, that such an exercise be conducted by a selected team of academics and professionals for the purpose stated below. Conduct a program on evaluation of the philosophy and target of the university. Ensure that academic currency originally envisaged is not devalued, and set up commission of inquiry for the purpose of settling disputes, determining and resolving issues in respect of all or any part of the affairs of the university. The university has been doing extremely well in the last 10 years, so that the visitor has always been attesting to it at all our convocation days. The list of visitors to the university from inception to date, we have the Chief Victor Olabisi Onabanjo, 1982 to 1983, Colin Oladipo Dia, 1984 to 1985, Colin Oladayo Popola, 1985 to 1986, Colin Raji Rasaki, 1986 to 1988. The list goes thus until we get to praise Dapo Abiodun, 2019 to date. The Chancellor is an appointee of the visitor as well, based on the recommendation of the Governing Council of the University. The Chancellor is the head of the University, and in relation to the University, takes precedence before other members thereof, when he is present, and he shall preside at all meetings of convocation. The past chancellors of the university are just 3 of them. We have Honorable Dr. Moses Adekoyejo Majekodube, Dr. Chief Oba Ayola Otudeko, and of course, Dr. Onolapo Sholeye. For the Pro-Chancellor, is also an appointee of the visitor, and he shall be the chairman of the Governing Council, and shall also preside over the Governing Council to actualize the vision and objective of the university. The past Pro-Chancellor to Council chairmen are listed, starting with our pioneer Pro-Chancellor, late Professor Aki Mabo Guje, to our present Pro-Chancellor, Professor Toyin Ashiru, OOA. Of course, we all know that Council is the governing authority of the university and shall have the custody, control, and disposition of all the property and finances of the university, and except as may otherwise be specified in university law, shall manage and superintend generally the affairs of the university and in any matter concerning the university, not provided for by the university law. Otherwise, Council may act in such manner as appears to it best calculated to promote the interests, objective, and purpose of the university. And Council is headed or shared by the Pro-Chancellor. The Vice-Chancellor is the principal academic and the CEO, the Chief Executive Officer of the university, and the Chairman of Senate. The past Vice-Chancellor are listed, starting from our pioneer Vice-Chancellor, late Professor John Olubi Shodipo, up to the Professor Gadiu Olatunde, that served between May 2017 to October 2022. The Deputy Vice-Chancellor in our law provided for 2 Deputy Vice-Chancellors, and the Deputy Vice-Chancellor are to assist the Vice-Chancellor in the discharge of his duty as prescribed by the university law. The Registrar is also a full-time officer and one of the principal officers of the university, is the Chief Administrative Officer of the university, and responsible to the Vice-Chancellor for the day-to-day administration of the university. Of course, the Registrar is also the Secretary to Council as well as the Senate. The past Registrars are listed below, starting from the pioneer Registrar Chief Dr. Eno Shotoyibo. Up to Mrs. Omolara Oshosaya that served August 2012 to July 2018. Of course, the registrar would have been packing his load by July this year, but at the last council, we have extended it for another 1 year. Librarian is a full-time officer responsible to the Vice-Chancellor for the administration of the University Library, as well as coordinating the library services in the university. The pioneer librarian that we have is Chief Mrs. Olaide Shoyeka, more or less the longest one I can see here. I think it's about 21 years, 1983 to October 2004. Down to Dr. Akebode. Of course, the Dr. Oduwole would have also joined the registrar to pack the load this by July, but because they have, both of them performed extremely well, it has been extended by 1 year. The bossa, our head checker, the only person that can change by approval, can just put it softly, Mr. Vice Chancellor, after your approval, no fund. And when there's no fund, what do you do? Bossa is responsible to the Vice Chancellor for the day-to-day administration and control of financial affairs of the university. So the past bossa of the university are Mr. S.B. Odigbide, starting from 1983 to 1995. Of course, one of the pioneer sets happened to be the last bossa that we had, Mr. Abiola Tonode. He actually did extremely well, 2006 down to 2017. Of course, Mr. Sebiu Bakide would have left last December, but we also extended his role by 1 year. So we stay up to December this year. Now, our academic programs. The university between 1983 and 2012 have grown from its modest 4 faculties at inception into 3 colleges established outside the main campus with headship at the provost level. 13 faculties as against 4, and a center for continuing education, and also the university also has an institute of, and also the university also have an institute of governance now, as well as open and distance learning. The Institute of Education is to induce research activities, and these are the faculties and the colleges as listed under them. For Obafemi Awolowo College of Sciences that is based in Shagamu, where I profess from, we have Faculty of Basic Medical Science, Faculty of Clinical Sciences. For College of Agricultural Science, we have Faculty of Agricultural Production and Renewable Resources, FAPRA, and then Agricultural Management and Rural Development, FAMAD. College of Engineering and Environmental Study is actually based in Ibogu, and we have Faculty of Engineering and Faculty of Environmental Studies. The Faculty of Pharmacy is also based in Shagamu. The remaining 6 faculties are here in Ago-Iwoye, and they are Faculty of Administration and Management Sciences, Faculty of Art, Faculty of Education, Faculty of Law, Faculty of Science, and Faculty of Social Sciences. Now our today, which I titled the year 2012 to 2022, the last 1 decade. During this period, university has done extremely well under the leadership of Professor Saburi Adesoya that came to power in August 2012. The transformation was all-encompassing, not only in academic content that we used to preach in 1982 and 83, but also in the infrastructural development. One, we have massive physical infrastructural development for academic and administrative purposes, a colossal investment in laboratories and equipment, rejuvenation of academic programs and floating of new ones, establishment of professorial chair in governance for the first time, completion of the movement of faculties in Ago-Iwoye axis to the main campus in permanent sites. And then we also make a leap towards the residential policy of university in terms of hostel development for students and staff. We also established Directorate of ICT for ICT development. We have introduction of computer-based result processing and management system known as RPMS, improvement in the university carrying capacity, strengthening of the strengthening of the town and gown relationship, fostering of good relationship between students and management, improved security, improvement in the road network and street lighting, a major turnaround in the revenue base of the university. Kosi, Mr. Tolode. Restoration of a broken academic calendar. So following the historic development, the university was in 2016 adjudged to be the best state university in the country. When a new university management actually came on board, as is my immediate predecessor, under the leadership of Professor Gani Olatunji in 2017, we have a smooth transition, fostered the continued growth in the university for another 5 years. All ongoing physical projects were completed, and those include the Central Administrative Building, where we are in now, 3,000-seater modern ICT center, adjudged to be the biggest in the country as of today. Faculty of Administration and Management Sciences Building, 250-seater lecture hall at College of Engineering. And so he also initiated new projects and completed under his tenure. The first one was 750-seater auditorium and faculty building for the Faculty of Social Sciences, innovation of Faculty of Law, modern moot court, modern bakery building, re-roofing of the university radio station, completion of befitting administrative building, and the list goes on endless. For Shagamu, we also have Department of Anatomy and Moving Anatomy building, Animal House. All these have been displayed to us before I started giving this lecture. So we should skip all this because all those things have been done. So these are the ongoing projects that at the time the former Vice-Chancellor left office. So it's no sooner than the current university administration came on board that a number of the ongoing projects were completed. And those projects include Faculty of Law building, 25 units of studio, floor staff residential accommodation, which the staff are already there now, staying in the residential accommodation. Office block, there are 3 of them that were built by our Alayelua Oba SK Adetono Ogbagba II. That is Oba SK Adetono Institute of Governance Studies. We have also built classroom blocks for us there that can house 8 lecture, 8 lecture halls at a go. And that is the Institute of Governance as well. And then we have multi-purpose hall that can accommodate 1,500 people at a go. Again, Baba brought eminent sons of Ijebu-land together to build the Vice-Chancellor's Lodge. So I will be the first Vice-Chancellor of this university to stay on campus. And of course, one of the best mosques you can talk of in many Nigerian universities is also on this campus. It was donated to us by our immediate past Pro-Chancellor. We call her Atimo, Mrs. Modukbe Musu Bello Olusoga, popularly known as Atimo. So we are still making effort to complete the orders that were listed. But in the last 3 months at our Zoom office, we have started around 750 sitter lecture hall that is donated by Alhaji Lawal Fago, who also happened to be one of the ex students of this university. He's an alumnus. We have CBN lecture hall. Within 3 months, it has been completed right now. And then we have Faculty of Administration and Management Sciences building. So these 3 buildings are ongoing and it was initiated in the last 3 months. So we also have improvement in our academic programs. In the last decade, we have also included civil engineering, music, linguistics, and music, and nursing science. All these have been accredited by NUC. And today, we have a total of 72 undergraduate academic programs. 65 of them have full accreditation, and only 7 have interim. And I'm very sure by the time they are coming back this year, the remaining 7 will also get full accreditation. In addition to the 72 undergraduate academic programs, we also have 181 postgraduate programs in this university. And those postgraduate programs are also doing extremely well. Institute of Governance Studies. Like I mentioned earlier on, Kábíyèsí Aláyélúwà Ọba Dr. Sikiru Adétọ̀nà, the Ogbagba II, actually institute these governance studies for us. And the NUC has already visited and approved the center. Again, we have open and distant learning center. Gentlemen of the press, year in, year out, we always have more than 22,000 students coming for our pursuit MA. And our quota is just between 6,500 to 7,000. So if all of them perform extremely well, there's no way we can accommodate them. But with the open and distant learning center, we can increase the carry capacity of our quota. So the student enrollment can also improve because the NUC, instead of 1 to 20, allow 1 to 50 student enrollment. I will also have one of the best ICT and e-learning center in Nigeria. So our open and distant learning has been approved by NUC to start with accounting department. And so if you have any of your words of children or friends that are interested in coming to school at their own leisure period, they can also enroll for open and distant learning. Our current ranking, we are also not doing badly. From the world ranking down to continental ranking is what we listed, country ranking, and among the state university of 49, we have, as of today, we are the fourth out of them all. But in terms of all the ranking, we are doing well. Competitive edge. You can also discover that over the years, the university has been doing extremely well and consistently. Since 2008, we are one of the few universities around that our accounting program has been consistently accredited. Same apply for our Bachelor of Business Education, Bachelor of Secretarial Administration, and Social Studies Education in the Faculty of Education. University has also made giant strides in the use of ICT to advance effective service delivery in terms of teaching and learning. Of course, we also pride ourselves very high, but I know that some of the universities out in the South are also working very well, and so they have more staff that can also compete with us in this area now. But we are the first in this country to use artificial intelligence to conduct post-UTME during the pandemic era. For our student enrollment, it has been increasing year in, year out. In 2017, 2018, about 8,000 of them were enrolled, but at the end of the day, it's only 5,937 were able to pay school fees. So those are the problems that they have. So if we look at the trend, even this year, 2021-2022 academic session, we enrolled 9,000 of them, but only 6,208 were able to pay their school fees. That is why it's only 6,208 that were matriculated. Our convocation ceremony, we have done well as well in terms of quality assurance over the period of time. You can see that over the period of time, our first class have consistently increased from 15 that we have in 2016, 2017 to 74 in 2020, 2021 academic session. And so the graph shows how the improvement has been. And for the enrollment, this is the pattern of the enrollment for our postgraduate students. So we are making all effort to make sure that we have more students coming to our postgraduate school. Research and leakages. We are also collaborating very well with university outside here, and on this one we just want to showcase maybe 2 of them out of all that we have. The research group in the Faculty of Clinical Science had joint application for National Institute of Health, and the first tranche of that grant worth of $112,000 has since been paid to the university, and the lead researcher has been doing exceedingly well to carry out this research. Again, we have benefited from TED Fund, which we have given 25 billion naira to also pursue research. And then for student base, in the past 2 that we did, 30 of them were approved by the NUC, by TED Fund, and the beneficiary got across 10 out of 13 faculties in the university. The list shown on the board is an evidence of our leakages initiative that we have with institutions. Apart from the University of Nottingham, where I did my postgraduate, and west of Scotland, UK, we are still trying to make sure that we perfect the memorandum of agreement with all this one that we've initiated. In the last 3 months, we also initiated others that are listed here, and we are trying as much as possible to conclude the agreement very soon. Staffing position. The university has also been growing in strength in terms of staffing, and then you can see the trend over a period of time. We also have improvement in our internet facilities now. All these listed are the ones that we have just done to improve our websites. So through this intervention, we are able to host all our statutory meetings. And as we are doing this, it's also being streamed live. We also automate the undergraduate or postgraduate admission processes. We have integrated fully the university resource processing and management system in all our various programs. These are also enable our graduates to request for their transcripts anywhere in the world without having to come back to Ago-Iwoye. We also ensure that certificates are issued by the university easily. You can track them and authenticate them without delay. Like I said, we have made provision for our staff now. So students, staff and students, some of them are actually stayed on campus. From the modest figure of 150 that we started with in 2017, as of today we have more than 3,000 of them staying on campus. Funding, of course, this is very important. Where there's no money, you can't have an idea. Even if you have the idea, it will die in your mind. So the importance of adequate funding to the attainment of the objective of the university, as well as ensure the smooth running, cannot be underestimated. Funds are required to meet capital, recurrent, and developmental needs of the university in order to maintain its top-notch position in a technological-driven new normal world order. Our source of funding is listed, apart from getting subvention from Ogun State government for the internally generated fund. The bulk of it comes from school fees, remittance from Center for Continuing Education, and of course, postgraduate school. We are expecting that going forward, we also get from Open and Distance Learning, Institute of Governance, and of course, the business school. So other sources of income are donation through philanthropies, grants from individuals, OUDEF, TED Fund, needs assessment, and donation from individuals and corporate bodies. Our relationship with our students as well as staff unions have been very, very cordial. In the last couple of years, we've not had any crisis of any form with the unions in this university. We are using this opportunity to also acknowledge the university benefactors who have helped us one way or the other to get to where we are today. So the list of buildings donated by philanthropists, corporate bodies, and communities are listed. There are so many of them, starting with Baba Luke Ogulana Building in the Geology Department, Adeola Odutola Lecture Theatre, Otuba Ajayi Okunuga Lecture Theatre, Chris Ogubajo Building, Adebola Adeguwa Lecture Theatre, Rashid Raji Building, University Store that was built by Chief MKO Abiola, our Student Center and Taisul Area Center were all built by Chief MKO Abiola. We have Sir Azan Udukale, Chief Olushoga Elias Building, Chief Ogunaike Pigri, Esikdina Lecture Theatre, the Royal Crown Plaza Counseling Center, Sir Kesiti Adebutu Radio Station, Olola Ogulana Accounting Complex, Mass Communication Building Complex by Baba Adebutu as well. Pa Oludayo Shonuga for postgraduate building. The Shell also built for us. The the list goes just like that. And then we have the alumni coming back to give back as well. We have Dr. Ashekun Chegu giving us the Olusegun Ashekun Law Resource Center. We have the Shegu Oyebolu Technology Incubating Center, which is still ongoing by Dr. Shegu Oyebolu. And then the single highest philanthropist that we ever had in this university, Baba Alayelua Kabiyesi Oba Sikiru Adetono. There are 7 structures on this campus. Then we have the business school that is championed by Mrs. Chokefu through the NDIC for us. Then we have CIBM building, block of students hosted in Shagamu by Alhaji Shitu and all of them. And then we have the communities, the hostels that we have in our Ibuku campus were donated by Egba communities. Engineering workshop was also donated by Olusegun Obasanjo, and some of others hostels and Egba community hostel that we have there was also developed by Egba community. But chemistry office block in Ikene was given to us by Ikene community and all that. So the list cannot be exhausted, so let me just move on to the next one. So we have had our yesterday, our today, and then we are projecting to the next 5 years, which is our tomorrow. And we believe under this current administration, we'll be able to get to the promised land. The current administration came on board in October 2022 and is poised to take the university to the next level. And towards the actualization of the great vision of becoming a 21st century citadel of learning. This is planned to achieve by consolidating on the various achievements of the past administration through the following 6 strategic intervention pillars, believed to be formidable in engineering the desired holistic development for this university. The first one is academic excellence. Second one is high impact and translational research. The third one is an improvement in university administration. We also have improving student experience, entrepreneurial linkages and partnership. And then, of course, the last one, improve and sustain funding. The fundamental ideology encapsulated in the above strategic intervention are as follows. 1, academic excellence. To sustain and maintain the high level of academic excellence that the university is already known for, and to improve on it, we need to do the following. 1, improvement in carrying capacity. We also need to improve in our teaching and learning facilities. We also need to sustain what we have now, which is world-class library services. We also need to review whole curriculum and develop the new programs, enhancing our quality assurance, enhancement of teaching and research facilities, sustaining 100% accreditation of all existing programs. We also need to sustain the uninterrupted academic calendar, as well as we need to explore the international market. Because we find out that up to today, we don't have foreign students here. So we want to ensure that even to attract them from West African coast, we should be able to do that in the next 5 years. For high impact and translational research, to do this, we need to promote high impact research, linkage and partners with research intensive universities, promoting commercialization of research products, strengthening the research centers, establish annual research fair, and closer interaction with foreign bodies, both locally and internationally. For university administration, already the meetings of university management, senate, and council have been e-compliant. The current administration also plans to improve on this with the following strategies. 1. Enhancing ICT resources and deploying it in every facet of the university. Increasing staff competency on ICT through trainings. Strengthening training on performance, productivity, and leadership skills. Staff development through workshops and conferences. Staff advancement in compliance with the condition of service. Staff awards and recognition. Promotion of health and welfare of staff. Improvement in sports facilities. Improvement in beautification and campus development, and creation of incentives for staff. For the student experience, we plan to achieve this through alumni engagement. So if they have interaction with the alumni, they'll be able to know where they are coming from and where they are going. Student engagement, we also need to continuously propagate our ideas so that the students will also know what we are doing. We also want to start having feedbacks from them. So we will allow students to also assess us now. The questionnaires have been drawn so that they can also have a feeling of what is going on. Graduate employability, and of course, collaboration with the student unions. The last one, before the funding, is entrepreneurial strategies. In doing this, we are going to reorientate staff and students, strengthening of entrepreneurial teaching and practice in the university. We are going to start doing trip-wellies for all our programs now. The academia, the government, and the industry, we need to come together to move the nation forward. And then we need to have strong industry-university collaboration. The leadership and governance also need to be strengthened, and then we have strong community engagement and impact. For the funding, we try to do this through one, cost-saving measures, through full computerization of university operations. Going forward, we want to start having e-procurement, complete digitalization of bursary and audit, digitalization of registry by deployment of human resources and meeting softwares, student-related processes, hospital management system, inventory modules. If we do this, I'm very sure we are going to save a lot of cost going forward. And then fund generation, building on the vast opportunity offered by the Open and Distance Learning Center, proper financial management, aggressive drive to increase internally generated revenue, a more aggressive alternative revenue generating mechanisms, promotion of returns on research works by staff and students, engagement with alumni network, introduction of learner processes, attraction of more foundations, endowment and grants, and then internalization of the university. With the aforementioned, the current management aims to ensure the continued development of Olabisi Onabanjo University to rank as world-class center of learning, not only in producing quality, refined and employable graduates, but also in research and innovations. In conclusion, essentially, the 40th anniversary celebrations and commemoration is to highlight the achievements of the university in the last 40 years, celebrate its growth and successfulness, and bring the university community together in a series of events and activities with its alumni, of which we are having the pioneers seated with us, public and corporate world and the society at large. These activities are grouped into 6 phases as enumerated by the DVC admin. The first phase is starting today 31st January 2023, and it's going to end on the 23rd June 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for listening.
Thank you very much. Distinguished member of the audience, may I crave your indulgence to please give a standing ovation for the Vice-Chancellor and other distinguished member of the high table. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's put our hands together again for the Vice-Chancellor and other management team of this great citadel of learning. Thank you very much. I will be seated, please. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, distinguished member of the audience, I think it is equally important for me, while I acknowledge the presence of our ancestors here at the first set of this great university, I equally want to acknowledge the presence of the pioneer staff of this great university, who people have been described as the geese that laid the golden hen. Can we put our hands together for the pioneer staff of this great university? Thank you very much. Among them we have the first emeritus professor of this great university, in person of Professor Kamaldeen Balogun, is unapparently absent today, and a host of others. If I'm not mistaken, we have Professor S.A. Teller among them here. Is he here around here? Professor Teller. We have a lot of them. If you are among the pioneer staff, can I see you stand up here? Let's see your hands up here. Let's put our hands together for the geese that lays the golden hen. Thank you very much. Mr. Vice-Chancellor. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, distinguished member of the university community, I could remember those days when we were in the university. As you mentioned the management team, you mentioned the staff members, the third arm of the university, the greatest socialite. Are you here? Greatest Nigerian student, are you here? Greatest OUite, are you here? Of course, may I seize this opportunity to acknowledge the presence of the president of OU Student Union Government. Are you here? Oh, can we put our hands together for him? Mr. Peishola, thank you for coming. Comrade Peishola, thank you for coming. We appreciate you. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, distinguished member of the university community, our distinguished member of the press, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to now hand over the microphone to the registrar and the secretary to council of this university, who have been humbly appointed to coordinate the question-answer session. Thank you very much. Can we put our hands together for Mr. Femi Ogunwomoju, the registrar of Olabisi Onabanjo University? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm sure the gentlemen of the press there, they have prepared the questions that they have for the Vice-Chancellor. I implore you to please make it brief and direct to the point. The Vice-Chancellor will now take your questions. Please mention your name, the medium you are representing, and then ask those questions. Thank you very much. Can we have the first person, please? Thank you. Please move forward.
Good afternoon, sir. Mr. Vice-Chancellor and the management team of the Olabisi Onabanjo University. My name is Daoud Olatunji. I write for The Punch. I have a very small question here. What is the fate of the students who are still running the 7 programs that do not have the full accreditation. That is one. And then I want to also, based on the statistics given to us, I want to know how bad the OU was affected with this Japa syndrome. How bad, being drained, how bad has it been affected? And then, sir, I also look at the statistics you gave from 2017 till 2022, the issue of students dropping out. As a father and as an expert in education, what are those factors? Because I could read the consistency in the number 2000, 2005. So what are the factors? And is the institution worried about this? And then lastly, I also, on the teaching staff, I observed that the number of teaching staff is more than teaching staff. For this staff, non-teaching staff, yes, sorry. Teaching staff and non-teaching staff. I observed that the number of non-teaching staff is more than, like for instance, 634 is the number given to us for the teaching staff, while you have 944 as non-teaching staff. Is it right? We want to be educated. And lastly, I was querying myself that I want to know the rationale behind the logo using Opo-Ifa on a lighter mode. The choice of using Opo-Ifa, do you still consider it fashionable? Thank you, sir.
Next.
Hello. Yeah, my name is. Hello. Hello. Yes, my name is Ago-Iwoye. I work for VICE News TV of this university. Hello? Yes, it's better now. I said my name is Ago-Iwoye. I work for VICE News TV, and I'm also an alumnus of this university. So, so I'm playing two roles here, as a journalist and of course, as a product of this great university. But first, I must commend your efforts and the management team in what you have made of our great university. This is not what it used to be while we were here. Thank you so much for your effort. Based on my interactions with some of my colleagues, those before and after us, and even those that are, in the same set with me, I realized that a lot of graduates from this school find it difficult to process their transcript, especially for international engagement. Recently, we were told that it has been digitized, that you go online, you start the process. But again, it's still cumbersome. After OU, we attended other universities for some postgraduate programs, and we realized that it's not as difficult to get your transcript in those universities like you face in Osuye, like we call it. So what are you doing to ensure that this process is not as cumbersome as it used to be in the past? What plan do you have to deploy technology in solving this problem? Because it's a very big problem, especially for people that want to japa, like my colleague said. A lot of people have that problem. Then the second question is, if you check page 18 of your presentation, there's a table there about postgraduate enrollment from 2017. In 2017, you had 2,000. 2019, you had 2,100. 2020, 1,400. 2021, 1,700. There seems to be a drop in the figures. What do you think is responsible for this? Does it mean that the postgraduate programs of Olabisi Onabanjo University is not, as attractive as that of other universities? Why is this so? And what plans do you have, to solve this problem? Thank you so much. And I greet our ancestors too.
Good afternoon, my Vice-Chancellor. My name is Henry Jackson. I work with Olabisi Onabanjo University radio station, and I'm also an alumnus of this university. I would like to ask my question based on the ranking. In 2016, this university was ranked the best state university, and currently we're ranked number 4. And if we look at the ranking for Africa, we're 70 in Africa, 18 in Nigeria. Now, what strategic plan has the university outlined for the attainment of a single-digit rating in terms of Nigeria and going back to the number 1 state university in Nigeria? And my second question is based on the analysis of the last 7 years. Olabisi Onabanjo University has produced about 190 first class and over 4,300 second class upper division. What framework has this university established to ensure the production of employable graduates? Thank you.
My name is Laulu. I want to commend the university for coming this far. You've done a lot. And as we have seen, over these decades, you've really established yourself as an institution of repute. And that's a good thing. But I think it's appropriate at this time to, since we're making projections for the future, talking about competitive edge, I would like to ask, if you're thinking about it, what area of strength, what area of knowledge, what field of knowledge are you trying to position this university to be known for in the near future? Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. In order not to lose track of the questions, I will ask the VC to respond to these questions first, then we now take the next round of questions. Thank you.
Well, my comrade colleagues in the press, let me start with Mr. Rao's report. The first question was talking about our students that are already in the program that we have interim accreditation. They will still graduate. NUC allow us, even if the students is denied, if we even have denied accreditation, the students that are in will still graduate. The only difference is that we will not be able to admit to that program. But in this one, even in the interim, you can still admit and they will still graduate. The only difference is that the difference between interim accreditation and full accreditation is that for full accreditation, it will take 5 years for NUC to revisit that program. But for interim accreditation, it will only take 2 years. So that is only the difference. So it's not fair to our program in any form. Student dropping out is the institutional worry, of course. When we noticed that we did a SWOT analysis of what actually happened to them, we came to realize that the major problem there is funding, nothing else. And so we instituted indigent funding, but first, university cannot take care of all of them. So going forward, we have agreed that we are going to be doing work study. We are going to do work study now, rather than indigent funding that we are given to just 500 that cannot take care of all of them. With work studies, we are sure that the majority of them will be accommodated, and that will also solve the problem. Teaching staff to non-teaching. Of course, the issue there is very clear. If we look at the non-teaching, it comprises of both senior staff and junior staff. So if we add the two together, that is why you have 914 as against 634. But we are doing a lot of re-engineering that will make sure that the ratio that we're supposed to have come back to where it is, without necessarily laying anybody off. But we continue to increase the number of teaching staff, because some of the programs that we have in accreditation, we need to have more human resources. By the time you add all those ones to it, definitely, I'm very sure, although it might not get to 934, but the difference will not be clear any longer. Of course, upon it's still very relevant. If you look at the vision, let's go to the logo of the university, even the anthem of the university. The university was also established in such a way that our culture will not be jettisoned. So everything is about tradition, values, if you look at it. And so what defines our tradition is what we are using. And upon Ifa means Ifa divination. And we cannot just say that up to today. If we want to, we believe that is the only true area we have. Because if we want to choose a king in Yoruba land as of today, you still need that upon Ifa to tell you the type of king we are going to use. Even if there is going to be other correlation that is going to come about it. So we cannot just jettison it. It's what our forefather wants us to continue to incorporate. Now, my brother and the Japas, the brain drain, of course, affected virtually every area in the university. Both the academics are not teaching, but it's also, you can also see that the trend you see in the teaching staff was very obvious because of that as well. Although in this university, in the last 5 to 10 years, we have been consistently paying salary. And on the 25th of every month, we pay salary in this university. We are not owing salary at all. But despite that, you know that woman wants is unlimited. People want area that they can switch the light on for 24 hours, having water 24 hours, which up to today we cannot find in Nigeria. So a lot of them, the younger ones, resigned their appointments and moved, withdrew. So those are the reasons why you have that ratio that you see there. Because most of the time when we want to employ graduate assistants, they are basically first class and 2-1. And of course, a first class graduate will usually get somewhere to go. So that is accounting for what you see. Some of us that cannot jump now is because we have so many things attached to us. If not, of course, people would have jumped out too. So let's go to my brother in Arise TV, who also happens to be an alumnus like me here. Transcript issue. Of course, it has been a naughty issue for a very long time. If we have to be honest to ourselves. And the problem is always associated with a developmental university like this. Honestly, anywhere in the world, when a university starts from one location, and you have to move 2-3 times before you get to your promised land, of course, of data, you need to start looking for them everywhere. Don't forget that this university actually started at Ijebubo. Then they moved from Ijebubo to Ago-Iwoye, mini campus. And then from mini campus, they moved here. So in the course of movement, some of the data, might be missing along the way. And we have to go back and be checking one area or the other. It's not as if we don't have those data, but there can be misplacement of those data. And in the last 40 years, a lot of staff have already retired. So many of them have retired. And so we have to start looking for all those things, looking for people to give you history. This is where they kept it one time and all that. But from 2012 to date, when we started the RPMS, within 5 minutes you get your transcript. If you graduate in this university from 2012 down to date, all your data are online. We have digitalized all those ones. Now, solving the problem, this is what we are doing now. We have constituted committees across all the faculties to retrieve all the data that we have there. We also got scanner that as we are scanning it, we are transforming it to the software of the transcript. So once we're able to photocopy or scan that page, either there are 100 of them on that page, we just transform them into that software of the transcript that we just developed. The transcript is ready. So our plan now is not for us to wait when the alumni will come and apply. We want to have all their transcripts ready going forward. And we believe before the end of this year, we will have completed that task. That is the number one thing that this administration is doing right away. We have started in October. I gave myself 1 year in office to solve this issue of transcripts permanently. Postgraduate enrollment. Of course, so many things could have accounted for the drop. One, the university system in Nigeria is not stable. And postgraduate is quite different from undergraduate. It depends more on the senior people. And I'll give you an example. If a professor is taking a PhD students, and in the course of strike that have lasted for 9 months, such academics would have retired. Some of them might have retired. If such individual retired, you then need another expert to take on from there. On a undergraduate, that you can, any other person can take that job to do. Do you guys have to say? Because it's not a specialized area. Postgraduate is more specialized. If, for instance, I'm taking a PhD student in cancer pathology, and I'm the only one there, and I have 4 or 5 of them with me, and I retire from the system, what happens? Some of them also have the issue of Japa as well, that we're also talking about here. Some also retire, or some resign and move to Ghana, just like that. And we have the students with us here. So a lot of things happens. Again, some of the faults that I'm talking about can also be attributed to the students themselves. Some of them will not complete the program on time. And they will also not tell their colleagues that the problem is from them. To solve this problem, 2 weeks ago, I actually addressed all the postgraduate students in this university. I did that for the first time. And we analyzed all the problems of the postgraduate school, including they themselves, that these are the problems that they are having. And we have resolved together. 3 semesters will be 3 semesters. 4 semesters will be 4 semesters for those that are doing masters. For those that are doing PhD, 3 years full time will be 3 years. And the way we want to achieve that is also to digitalize the processes of monitoring them. So, of course, the problem, apart from those that move, some of them that are here, but also not do what is expected of them. So, in solving this problem, we have instituted a progress report that both the students and staff need to fill online, so that everybody will see. So the student is expected to say, okay, I met my supervisor 3 or 4 times, or 5 times this semester. And this is what we have agreed on to do I've done it. You then send me the attachment of what you have done. Not that I've done it alone. We want to see what you have done. And then we want the supervisor to then go there and say, I agree or I disagree. If both of them cannot agree, then the HOD, the dean, the provost of PG school might need to resolve it for them. You know, and for those that are having one issue or the other, we have also sent a special email to all of them that they can reach the Vice Chancellor directly. And the email vc.info@ago-iwoye.edu.ng. So if I progress student and you have a problem with your supervisor and all that, and you think it's not helping you, you can send email directly to that address, email address I just mentioned. All the program students have that now. So that at the end of the day, we will see where the problem is and we can actually tackle it. Because the program students themselves are the marketers, are the ones that can increase the quota that we are talking about. So we are looking at it from both sides, and hopefully, by the time we are having the next admission, it should be more than this one. The ranking of the university in 2016 was number 1, and today number 4. Of course, anywhere in the world, what it is easy to do is to aspire to get to the top. To stay at the top is the most difficult thing. Because when you get to that top, you relax. You thought, oh, I know it all. But people that are aspiring to beat you will not relax. But now that we know where our shortcomings are, that are push us from first to fourth, thank God we are not beyond 4. So we have identified all those areas, and I can assure you, in the next 1 year, we should be back to that number 1. We are even aspiring to be number 1 in Nigeria, not among the state universities anymore. And all the parameters that can make us to get to that number 1, we have them, and we are working assiduously towards it. Okay, we talk about the employable graduates. Well, one of the slogans of this administration is 3E. We call it 3E. One is that all graduates of the university should be able to further their education so they can do your master's and PhD. The second one is for you to be employable. And the third one is for you to be employer of labor. And for you to be employable graduate, we are identifying the short gaps, you know, those key gaps that they usually have when they graduate from school. And that is why companies will take them to go for graduate training. We identify them, we are also compiling them such that the student will use it as short courses. And they will be able to, once they do that, they will do well. We also want to ensure that for professional courses, before they graduate, for instance, let me take accounting, before they graduate, we want virtually all of them to be chartered. So by the time they have that, there's no way they will not be an employer of labor or employable. And the last one is area of competitiveness. What we want this university to be known for. Of course, our logo is clear. We want to be one of the best that we can talk of in 21st century. I've just told you that this university, we are the first to use artificial intelligence to do pursuit MBA. And after us, no institution have done that. So we are planning to deploy more on digital in everything that we do, so that even our students, wherever they are, they can make use of information technology, apply it to every aspect of what they are doing. Yesterday, I was just looking at artificial intelligence in pathology, which is very rare as of today in Nigeria. So those new areas, we want to deploy information technology to do it. People talk about fintech now. So in accounting, we want some of our students to be able to make use of fintech. Even in pedagogy, we want all those things to be done. So in all, our new areas is basically towards the information technology. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Before the Vice-Chancellor gives his closing remarks, do we still have, we can take one or two more questions. Do we still have questions? Yes, please. Please make sure the questions that have not been asked earlier, please. Thank you. Two more questions.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, my name is Peter Moses. I work with Daily Trust. One of the plans of your administration is to sustain uninterrupted academic calendar. But you agree with me that this incessant ASU strike is one of the major reasons why you have academic activities being disrupted. I understand that you were ASU chairman. Now you are a vice chancellor. You are in a better position to advise. What do you think is the best solution to this issue?
All right, the final question, please.
Good afternoon, Mr. Vice Chancellor. My name is Oluwatomisin Ogunwomoju. And my question, okay, before I ask the question, currently we have about 10 linkages with universities in and outside the country. And we are looking to still, make agreements with some other ones. So my question is, the ones we have right now, what are the benefits? What are we getting from it? And is it enough to also want to, expand? What exactly is in it for us? Thank you.
Comrade Peter, you just want to put me on the spot, Well, I cannot deny my past because we've struggled together. And the NS, I know that all of us have struggled together in the past. And my brother in Punch is not new. That we are all at one time or the other on the streets, carry the aluta. Well, truly, I might be able to supply some of the things that we need to do. No, in the last 5 years, this university has been very stable. And I will tell you why. The immediate past vice chancellor happened to be former ASU chairman and the zonal coordinator of the whole Ibadan zone. At that time, both Akure zone, Lagos zone, Ibadan zone they were one under that person. And without local, if you don't have a national strike, you cannot talk about local here. Because we actually know what they want. Again, I was a deputy vice chancellor there for 4 years. So we know how to relate with all the unions. And the advice I will give to other vice chancellors is that don't wait the issue degenerates to the crisis level. The unions up to today, I don't know if I'm very sure they will still be doing that because I know that we have 3C. I know 3C, if they follow that to the later, there should not be any crisis. Because the first one is for you to consult. In the course of consultation, you will know the problem. If you are sincere, it's all about sincerity of purpose. Everywhere. So if you are sincere enough, you will know where the problem is. And they will be able to trust you because it's both sides. If they're able to trust you, then you can reach an agreement with them. We can then go to consolidation. In the course of the consolidation, that is when they expect you to implement the agreement we have before. And if you fail, then they will confront you. So why must I wait to where they will confront me? Again, if the welfare, because every administration we talk about the welfare of students and staff. The cardinal position of all the staff unions, either students or staff, is about their welfare. So if it's true, truly, you want their welfare, then there shouldn't be any problem. And anywhere in the world, staff do not normally fight beyond their own welfare. They won't force you to come and build accommodation for them. They will only fight you if you don't promote them. They will fight you if they are entitled to some wages and you did not give to them. And in this university, we run it like a family. Because there's no way they will not fight you, because the staff in the bursary are the one holding the money. They know if you have money there. If you have money, I will tell them you don't have money. They will fight you because they know you have money. They are the one in charge of it. So if you lie, they will know you are lying to them, because all of us here, before I give approval, he pass through all the tables. If I tell them we are doing promotion and they don't see any circular, the promotion is going on, they know you are lying. So if you are truly you are a leader and you want the welfare of your people, there will not be any strike. Lastly, we have so many leakages. Why do you need to have another one or new ones? Don't forget that for every partnership, there is a purpose, and it's usually unique. I'll give you a typical example of University of Nottingham that we actually did, for me. That linkage you are talking about is purely for the Department of Pathology. So what it implies is that if you have other areas, and partnership is about human resources that you have, where they have confidence in. If you go to conferences, let me put that way. We are all in a conference. I have my friends, so place. We need to collaborate together. We need to formalize it. In the course of formalization, we need to bring the two institutions together. So in doing that, we have to sign another MOU. And usually MOU is just 5 years. And for you to renew it. So that is why continuously, and you know that everywhere in the world, knowledge is evolving. So you need to look at the areas that will benefit you in the 21st century and collaborate with those people. Not the analog one anymore. Because we talk about information technology now. So those that are very good in that area, that is where we go. I'll give you a typical example. In this university, NUC want all the university in Nigeria to have 5 databases. We have 25 databases here. 25. And what it implies, we credit ourselves, we only call our librarian, digital librarian. Once it is published, we have it. Except it's not published. Once it is published, if you publish a paper today, anywhere in the world, we'll have it here. So that's why we said we want to be known in the area of information technology, because we can deploy it to all areas of endeavor in this university. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Ladies and gentlemen, before we close this program, may I again remind you of the goal of the 48th anniversary celebrations and commemoration that we do. The goal is to highlight the achievements of the university, celebrate its growth successes, and bring the university community together in a series of events and activities with its alumni, public and corporate world, and the society at large. Most importantly, the university intends to solicit for endowments and donations during this anniversary. And this will culminate in the gala night that we're having on Friday, the 23rd of June. So I please implore you the distinguished alumni here, members of the private and the public world, to please put this in mind and assist the university as much as possible, including the gentlemen of the press that are around here. Finally, on behalf of the governing council of this great university, the Senate, the Senate, the management, staff and students of Olabisi Onabanjo University, we thank you most sincerely for attending this first in the series of events marking the 48th foundation anniversary of the university. We implore you to please continue to assist and support the university. Right after this program, downstairs we have a red carpet there. Pictures can be taken, and then I can assure you that the Vice-Chancellor and members of the management will be there to take pictures with you free of charge. And so please, we can take as many pictures as we are. We want to thank you most sincerely for coming today. Please remember that on Friday, we have the Jumat service at the Central Mosque in Ijebu-Ode at 1 p.m. We also ask you to please join us at this Jumat service. On Friday the 5th, we have the church service at the Cathedral in Ake, in Abeokuta. On Sunday, the church service, the Jumat service on Friday, and the church service is on Sunday in Ake, in Abeokuta. We ask you to please attend. We particularly appreciate the first set of the alumni of this university for being here today. It might also interest you to know that this set of alumni have donated some block of restrooms for students of this university, which is completed and will be commissioned right after this program too. We thank you most sincerely. We thank you most sincerely. So you're most welcome to this program. We hope to see you in future programs. Can we please rise up for the national anthem to close this program? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All rise, all compatriots, Nigerians come on men to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes was join them on in the to serve with heart and voice. One nation bound in freedom, peace and unity.
For interviews and group photographs, you're most welcome.
This token, pioneers, the ancestors, legends of Osu, that 40 years ago we were here in our matric gown, not here at the mini campus. Yes, there we had our natural powder. There was no water.
As many students.
And the guinea pigs experiment then has matured to become the success of today. And we are so happy that we have one of us as the Vice-Chancellor. We have one of us as the Registrar. We have more of us as principal officers of the institution. I was asking myself, 40 ruby celebration. And they say out of the 4 precious gemstones, ruby is one of them. And what does it stand for? It stands for beauty, it stands for rarity, So all of us here, we are beautiful. We are rare. It's not in every case that you get an alumnus to be a vice-chancellor. We felt, even if you're a king, even if you're a chief, even if you're a vice-chancellor, whatever you might be on the surface of the earth, you must make use of the restroom. When nature calls you, you must heed that call. So it's our token contribution to other gigantic projects ongoing. And we are inviting you to please join us in cutting this tape and unveiling the plaque so that the pioneers can say, yes, we have given back to the school that gave us to the world. Thank you all, and God bless you.
A great prayer to be among the pioneers, the ancestors, the people that rode the train that allow some of us to come behind them. And on their shoulders, some of us are staying to see what is going on in the world. We thank you today not because this is not gigantic, but it's acts of love. We have seen that they are trying to give us, show us an example that whatever we were able to do, once we are able to see this one, all that said coming behind can come back and do one thing or the other, because they will see that the pioneers have done it again.
Yes.
The round of applause.
Yes.
We have seen individuals coming from the alumni body to come and build, but we have not seen a collective effort like this. The ancestors have shown the way again. Although they said they are using powder before.
Natural powder. Natural powder.
But we don't have that natural powder anymore. But they have also got it fit that as a set, they need to come back and donate to the university. I'm very sure that the other 39 sets coming behind them will be able to do more for the university. On this note, on behalf of the Governing Council, the Senate, the staff and students of the university, I thank you all for this donation. Thank you. To the glory of God, I cut this river. All of you above.
Yes.
This is excellence.
Watch yourself.
This plaque was unveiled by the Vice-Chancellor Olabisi Onabanjo University Ago-Iwoye, Professor Ayode Jagbola, in commemoration of the commissioning stroke handing over of this restroom to mark the 48th founders anniversary of OSU/OOU, donated by the ancestors.
Yes, sir.
Today, January 31st, 2023, for the use of all who pass through this great institution, and to the glory of Almighty God.
Amen.
It is bad. Yes, all the admirers are bad.
Oh, okay. Blessed is
Camera,